Hello again, guys. So, ayan, for my Filipino fans, I'm gonna do this review in English because this is also for my YouTube channel about K-drama. So, let's go on ahead and review Tomorrow, which is a K-drama about Grim Reapers. And it stars, well, I don't really remember the name of the actors. I'm really so bad at remembering Korean actors, but the characters are Kuryeon, so she's like an uptight leader of the risk management team, so she's like the main lead. Then we also have Choi Junung. He's basically a nice guy who just wants to find a job but gets tangled with the Grim Reapers when he tries to save someone from jumping off the bridge, which ended up with him working for Jumadung, which is like, the management office of the Grim Reapers. I mean, it's where the Grim Reapers work on. Well, it's really like a big office building, and it's headed by the Jade Emperor, played by that actress who I forgot her name, but she's really awesome. She's like the grandma in Startup. So she's also one of, she's actually, I wouldn't call her secondary villain, but it's really, she's the mastermind, but she's one of the main villains in Inspector Ko. Yeah. So then you have Park Jung-gil. Did I pronounce it right? So it's that handsome. Yeah, he's also uptight. He's the former boss of Kuryeon, so he's in charge of the department, which actually he's in charge of the escort team. So, like the name says, they actually escort people to the afterlife. And then we have Lim Young-gyu. So he's a guy who's always picking his nose and goes home on time. And he's been working with he's been working as a Grim Reaper also for hundreds of years, and it's cute too. So I don't know if it's a requirement for a Grim Reaper to be beautiful or handsome. So anyway, let's go. So basically, it's episodic. So usually spend 1 or 2 episodes on a story. So it, of course, revolves around people who want to take their lives. So you have here there are ones that stood out to me, like the dog who wanted to commit suicide because it has a problem that can be solved. I don't want to spoil it because I want you crying like me. And you actually have I think this is the most heartbreaking for me, the first one. What's it, the first one? Anyways, there's the one with the TV writer who got bullied in school, like real bad, but then she had to work with a person who bullied her, who's like now a successful book writer, and she's like writing about bullying, but she herself is a bully now. She's like, she's torturing the person she bullied before. I can relate to this, especially the bullying parts there, because it's always like that. I mean, the bullied person's always the loser. I mean, there's not a law protecting bullied persons that, makes it legal for people to get some sort of revenge for those who bullied them. So, yeah, and, you get wounds from the past, and many of those bullied, and me too, I was bullied up to college, and even with some of people I've worked with now, some of who I work with now, I get bullied because it's been the pattern because I'm an abuse survivor. So that's a problem, because if you get bullied, you eventually attack more bullies even as you grow older, which It's just bad because it's like reliving the trauma. So yeah. So tomorrow, let's review each character's goal and how they transform. So, of course, let's start with Kuyun. So, her goal is like, to provide, to save as many people as possible. Because, suicide is a very sensitive thing for her. I'm not gonna tell you why, but it is. Because she came from hell, and when she and okay, I don't want to reveal more, but the point is she came from hell, and that's why she doesn't want people to go to hell. But that's all I can tell you. So yeah, she started as uptight, and she's definitely distrustful, but as Choi Jun-won actually does things that are, well, I have to agree with what Rim Young-go is saying, that are either stupid or dangerous. He actually accomplishes what they set out to do, like saving people. So yeah, she eventually becomes trusting, and she actually realizes that she doesn't have to carry all that heavy burden by herself. And yeah, Lim Young-go, he gets reunited with a person, because before he's just like a normal employee, but then eventually he opens up his heart as well, and he gets reunited with a person, he has unfinished business with. So that's what I can tell you. Then you have Choi Jun-woo. It's just simple. He actually just wants a job, and well, that's it. I mean, he gets a job, right? It's like he gets OJT as a Grim Reaper, because that's his very first job ever or something. It's like internship, because the condition is like it's either because he gets in a coma because of the altercation, and the condition is like, it's either you wake up in 3 years, or you can wake up in 6 months if you work for Jumadung. So who worked for Jumadung? So regarding character development, yeah, I can see it's a more of, because he actually has a good character from the start. That's what got him into this mess in the first place. But I guess it's more of a development when it comes to being creative, I guess. Because he's really creative with this. He's not the brightest person in the room, but he gets creative with his methods when he tries to save someone as a member of the risk management team. And of course we have Park Jung-gil, who's really is this handsome aloof guy, the usual. You know what I mean? If you watch anime, K-drama, the usual handsome, aloof guy who has some, who's like a tortured soul, and it's like him. And yeah, before he's a stickler to the rules, and even though he used to have Kuryon as his like employee, he's very, very much against the risk management team, and thus he's actually he ends up in multiple confrontations with the risk management team, because for him, in the first place, there's no like excuse for taking your life, and yeah, that those souls don't need to be saved because they made that stupid decision in the first place. Okay, so what I like about the tomorrow is like, yeah, like what many people are saying, because many people are like shocked that it's getting low ratings, but then in the international scene is like getting traction on Netflix. So what I like about it that other people like is that it focuses on a taboo topic, which is suicide. And there are many light moments between the Grim Reapers, despite the very heavy subject. So in a way, it's not making light of the subject, but rather making the subject more palatable to the general audience, at the same time not taking away the the discourse itself. So you get to think about, oh my god, maybe I'm treating my coworker badly, maybe I'm, you get to thinking like actors are human too, like, idols, as in Korea, right? Idols are a big thing. Maybe I shouldn't leave this mean comment because that person might read it and it might, trigger him or her, something like that. So you get to review your humanity just because of tomorrow. It's just really good because we really need that. I mean, I think humanity has become depraved over the over the centuries, the decade, especially in this recent in this last century, because that's a price of progress. But anyways, and yeah, what I like about this, it's that especially the guest actors, they gave decent acting. I mean, because it's really heavy, right? I mean, for you to be trying to take your life, it's gotta be something that that's making you tired of living, and they portrayed it. They portrayed it well, yeah. I do have a bit of I think Rowan's acting, the guy playing the male lead, I think he needs a bit of an acting workshop, but so far his acting is decent. It's just needs to be more on par with the other actors. And what else? What needs to be improved? I think, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to, because if you watch Taxi Driver, it's the same thing. But the thing is, it's the almost the same format because it's also episodic. But then you have this huge overarching backstory which connects some characters, which would actually bring all these things into conclusion. Yeah, which would, like this one, the ending, it answers the question why Mr. Choi, or the male lead, actually ended up in Jumadung. It's just fate, and he somehow made the other Grim Reapers find closure. Yeah, so sorry, what to be improved? I don't know, maybe a more dynamic direction, but so far the danger with this kind of material is if you make it too dynamic or too fun, it takes away the essence of it, because it's a very serious subject. So, would I recommend this? Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely recommend this. And when it comes to gore, it doesn't really have gore or anything. So, I think those at least 12 years old could actually watch this. Cause, I think as young as being in high school or towards the end of your, elementary schooling, you should be aware of these topics. So and I like the way that Koyon is always kicking ass. Literally. I haven't watched her in other K-dramas, but I do have an idea because of the poster, and I think it's the first time she actually played a character who likes, teleports, who literally kicks and punches bad guys. It's nice how she's able to balance the empathy with the toughness of your character. Because of course, if you want to convince someone to live on, you have to make them feel you have empathy for them. Yeah. So yeah, I can say I'm pretty satisfied with this K-drama, and I think more people should watch it. I mean, with regards to K-dramas, which started around May, I wouldn't really say it's one of the best. I mean, I'd put he again, My Life on top of the list compared to that. Let me see. I'd even put what's it? The Sound of Magic, and even this From Now on Showtime. But yeah, but it's still good watch. I mean, tomorrow, especially if you're on Netflix and you don't really watch other streaming service. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good option right now. I mean, well, it just ended, but you can still binge it before the other K-drama start, because of course the K-drama replacing that wouldn't start until the weekend. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my review, which is actually more of a dissection of the human psyche. Yeah, but that's what tomorrow is. I mean, that's what you're gonna be watching. It's more of a dissection of a human psyche, and why there are people who feel that there is an endless today, but what would tomorrow bring them? Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.